My name is Langebartels. I am the Communications and Development Coordinator at Table to Table, which is a food rescue organization based in Iowa City, but serving all of Johnson County. So what we do is we build connections between abundance and hunger. We connect food that is perfectly good, but would otherwise go to waste if we weren't rescuing it, just because maybe it's close to the sell-by date, maybe it's ugly produce and people don't pick it up off the shelves at the grocery store. Maybe it's just a mislabeled load and it's still good food. So we pick up that food and we deliver it directly to agencies in Johnson County that are serving our neighbors who are in need. Table to Table works with several partner organizations in North Liberty, including the North Liberty Community Pantry and the North Liberty Baptist Church. And we've also worked with the North Liberty Library on different after-school and summer programs. And so North Liberty residents can access Table to Table rescued food by visiting any one of these great partner organizations. Table to Table is funded in large part by contributions from community members, as well as through our fundraising events like our annual dinner that we have each spring. We are also funded by both private and local and state government grants. And we're funded by the United Way. We are a partner with them. We are also working with resource sharing, meaning that we're sharing things like refrigeration, vehicles, and space with other nonprofit organizations to kind of make those as cost effective as we can and to really operate efficiently and share those resources. Community members can support Table to Table in many ways. We are volunteer-driven. Volunteers power the organization. They are out rescuing food every day. They're out in farm fields harvesting fresh produce to be distributed. They are prepping our fleet. They are helping in our office. They are helping with outreach and events. And so we love volunteers, and you can volunteer with us too. You can email volunteer@table2table.org or call us at 319-337-3400 to get started rescuing food with us. You can also make a financial donation. We can rescue 6 pounds of food with every $1 donated. And you can donate online on our website, table2table.org. You can give us a call. You can mail a check to our mailing address, which is P.O. Box 2596 in Iowa City. Our new space is in Pepperwood Plaza in Iowa City. Our address is 1049 US 6 East, so we're off of Highway 6 in the South District neighborhood of Iowa City. As many people know, there has been an increased need in food assistance during the pandemic, and partner pantries and other organizations that we work with have had to find new ways to meet needs during the pandemic to reach people safely, bolstering their home delivery programs, things like that. So Table to Table has been working closely with recipient partners to try to grow our programs and our services in order to help them meet the needs of our neighbors. A couple ways that we've done this is we've really been trying to amp up our fresh produce recovery, because during a pandemic, it's a long-term crisis. It's not just a matter of getting people food, but getting people healthy, nutritious food for their long-term health and well-being. So we've really bolstered our local farm gleaning programs over the past 2 summers, and we've been sending volunteers out into farm fields to harvest local produce that otherwise might just sit out in the field because of a decreased demand or other conditions that have been brought about by the pandemic, labor shortages, time shortages, all of that. So we've sent volunteers out in the farm fields to harvest that fresh produce, squash, tomatoes, potatoes, onions, all sorts of things. We're going out into orchards and getting apples and pears, and we're sending all of these donations to our recipient partner pantries and other organizations that are then connecting them to our neighbors in need. And then a new program we've started this summer are our produce pop-ups. And this has been a great way to get into neighborhoods, to get close to where people live and work, and to reduce those barriers to nutritious food access. We set up a table partnering with a recipient partner, a pantry, a neighborhood, somebody who can help us partner with and set up that table, and volunteers distribute that free produce to anyone who comes up to the table, no questions asked, anyone who expresses an interest in bringing home some locally recovered produce. Collaboration is the name of the game at Table to Table. We partner with over 50 different recipient organizations around the county. We're partnering with food pantries, we're partnering with shelters, with youth programs, with community centers, with neighborhood centers, with just all of these recipient partners who are connecting the food that we are rescuing to our neighbors who need it and can use it. And partners are using that food in a variety of ways. They may be cooking meals with it to serve to community members. They may be stocking pantry shelves and pantry fridges with the rescued food. They may be using it as after-school snacks or even a learning tool. Kids learn about fresh produce through the food that we rescue, and we've seen kids at daycare centers counting peas and learning. They're practicing their counting skills and they're eating their vegetables at the same time, all because we are getting that rescued food to these organizations that then match it and get it to the people who need it. One big change that just happened at Table to Table is we moved. We are still based in Iowa City, but we moved from our Capitol Street location to a new site in Pepperwood Plaza, which is in the South District neighborhood of Iowa City, just off of Highway 6. We are now located right next door to Community Food Bank, which has proven very helpful so far in the month that we've been there. And coordinating logistics together and sharing tools, and even just being able to get food from one place to the other very quickly and conveniently, that's just steps away. We're also located next to several other key partners in the South District neighborhood that we've worked with quite a bit, with food box distributions and produce pop-ups and just matching food donations with them. So that's really a convenient spot for us, and we're hoping through that we can better serve all of Johnson County through all of those great connections. But we've really been amping up our fresh and local produce recovery initiatives through sending volunteers to harvest and glean produce off of farms, through partnering with local gardeners who have excess produce. You plant a tomato plant and it turns out to be a really good year for tomatoes, and suddenly you have 100 tomatoes that you don't need. And so gardeners drop those off at Table to Table and we get them to people who need them. And we've also been working on increasing our presence at local farmers markets. There's a multitude of ways that we are finding these local produce donations and getting them to our neighbors in need.